Namaste. Welcome to this practice where we will be exploring Vishudda chakra, the throat chakra. The throat chakra is about being able to express your desires, your dreams, your voice, but also being able to listen, finding silence when silence is required, finding the courage to speak up when necessary. We're going to begin the practice seated and dropping in with our Samariti box breathing. So find a comfortable seat, ground the hands on the body. You may like to close down the eyes and begin to lengthen the spine up out of the hips, tucking the chin in slightly to lengthen the back of the neck. The breath ratio will be 4 on the inhale, breath retentions of 4, and an exhale to a count of 4. To begin, take a breath in through the nose and a cleansing breath out through the mouth. And let's begin. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. And just twice more now, counting the breaths. Holding at the top for 4 counts. Leaving the breath out at the bottom of the exhale for a count of 4. At the end of that second round, you can let that practice fall away. Turn the corners of the lips up slightly. Take a moment in gratitude for this breath, this body, this practice of yoga. As you turn the palms upward, let the back of the hands skim across the legs. As you breathe in, taking the arms up and overhead. As you exhale, draw those palms down through center. Inhale, lengthening the spine, opening through the belly, the chest, and the exhale, drawing down. We're going to do this 3 more times and add Om on the exhale. Breathing in. Om. Om. Let the sound of Om, the vibration, be experienced through your whole body. And as those hands come to rest back on the knees or the legs in some way, begin to drop that left ear down to the left shoulder. And as you exhale, let the chin come down across the chest, right ear to right shoulder, and back up through center. Just half circles here. As you exhale, right ear to shoulder, Slowly releasing the chin down and across the chest, coming back up. And letting your breath guide the movement, feeling the breath out, that releasing breath, release any tension through the sides of the neck. As you release the weight of the head all the way down to the chest. Bringing your attention into the feelings that you're experiencing there, the sensations across the top of the shoulders. Notice how mindful you're being with this neck movement, how careful. And taking this same approach through the practice today. So as the head arrives back up to center, you can drop that left ear to the left shoulder. Take the arms out a little wider, tenting up onto the fingertips. You might be able to drop that right shoulder down a little way from the ear. And breathing into that gentle stretch through the right side of the neck. If it's appropriate, take the left hand and just let it rest on the side of the head. A gentle weight as you breathe and relax the jaw. Lifting that hand slightly to release the head. Turning the chin into the left collarbone. Hand comes to the back of the head. You might be able to soften through that right elbow. And then release, bringing the head back to neutral, back to center. Right ear to right shoulder. Extending out into the arms, the fingertips. Right hand to the side of the head, and let that left shoulder sink down away from the ear some more. If you notice that there's a little tense through the jaw, a little bit of clenching, and just smile, turn the corners of the lips up and notice how you can relax those facial muscles. You can release that head now, turn the chin into the collarbone, hand to the back of the head. Release the head back to center. Let those hands reconnect at the heart space. Interlace the fingers as you breathe in. Let those hands rise to the chin. On the exhale, pressing the palms forward, tuck the chin. Keep the fingers interlaced. Inhale to lengthen up. Maybe lift the chin if that's okay, opening through the throat. And exhale, taking the hands behind you. Take a breath in, draw the hands away, open up through the throat. On the exhale, tuck the chin to the chest, bring the hands up and over, away from the spine. As you breathe in, lift all the way up, let the arms float overhead, twisting to the right as you exhale. Breathing in, come back through center, arms extend, spine lifts out of the hips, exhale to the left side. Once more on each side, breathing in to lift, exhale to twist. Gazing over that back shoulder. Inhale and exhale. Coming back up through center, those hands connect and drawing all the way down. Finding your way onto the hands and knees. Spread the fingers wide. We begin in our cat-cow. As we open Vishudda, our throat chakra, it might be okay for you to lift up the chin a little more on your inhale, and then tucking the chin to the chest as you exhale. Let the spine ripple with the breath. Finding a neutral spine, sending the weight forward, shoulders over the wrists, and as you exhale, release all the way down to the belly. Find Sphinx pose as you bring the forearms out in front. Reach back into the toes, press into the top of the feet, looking over the right shoulder, and moving the head slowly from side to side. Release any tension through the shoulder. So if it's a little bit of dipping through the shoulder, that might feel nice to create the space for the neck. As you find your way back to center, release all the way down, coming up through hands and knees, finding your melting heart, anahata. Tuck the toes and perhaps bring the forehead to the floor, or if it's appropriate, you can tuck the chin, opening through the throat, gazing out in front, sending the hips back here. Melting the heart down. And supporting the body as you need to lift all the way up. Position the arms for downward facing dog. Movement or stillness, whatever it is that you're needing here right now. Just 3 breaths in down dog. Tuck the chin in slightly. Lengthen through the back of the neck. Bend the knees. Bring the feet forward to the front of the mat. So through much of this practice today, as we explore Vishudda, you're here in your forward fold. You could even take Jalandhara Bandha, which is our throat lock, a slight tucking of the chin, almost like you're trying to create a double chin. As you breathe in, lift the chest halfway, shoulders in line with the hips. On the exhale, fold. Press into the feet, spinal roll or reverse swan dive. As you breathe in, bring the arms up, open through the chest, the throat, and exhale down through center. Here we find tree pose, Rikshasana. Setting up your right foot on the standing leg, the left leg. Perhaps allowing yourself to gaze slightly higher than eye level. The arms might extend or find an arm position that aids balance, stability. Breathing in. Breathing out. Feeling it all. Every little wobble, every little movement of the body as it unites consistently to hold you here in this space. Strong and in your own power. Allowing you to unfold all that's within, finding your own unique voice. As you bring the palms to connect, release that right foot down. Circle the arms overhead as you breathe in. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. Inhale to halfway lift. You're stepping the right leg back and finding Virabhadrasana 2. Circling the arms up. Extending through the arms, opening across the chest. Could you lift that chin slightly higher? Feel yourself in your full power, and remember that as you change your shape, you change your state. What state do you want to be in as you move in this world, making decisions that align with your soul's purpose? Flipping the left palm up as you breathe in. Find your reverse warrior. You might like to bring the hand to the back of the head and lead upward with that left elbow. Keep bending into the front knee. Keep breathing into the belly. As you begin to straighten that front leg, take a breath in. Extend the top arm. Triangle pose as you exhale, Trikonasana, extending up with the top hand or bringing the back of the hand to the head and leading with the top elbow. Perhaps take the gaze up. Feel yourself lifting up away from the earth. And as you release that top arm, lift up just a little as you breathe in. Find your side angle on the exhale, extending the right arm up and over. You might look down over the bottom shoulder, or you may be able to rotate the chest a little more to the long side of your mat. Let the top hand come down past the ear. Find your way into plank. Shift the weight forward as you inhale, look forward. On the exhale, slowly release with control all the way down. Finding Sphinx Cobra, or you may like Upward Dog, bringing the shoulders directly over the wrists, lifting up, opening the chest, opening the throat, making your way into Downward Facing Dog. Find steady, balanced breaths. Without the breath retention, you may simply like to add the count of 4 to the in and the out breath, finding that calm breath, calm state of mind. Using your next inhale, take the right leg up into the space behind you, adding a tiger curl slowly as you exhale. Tuck the chin into the chest, forward to the knee. Inhale, extend, buoyant through the armpits as you curl in. Last time, lift the hips, give yourself space, stepping the right foot forward in between the hands. Warrior two. Drop the shoulders down away from the ears. Soften the gaze over the fingertips. Looking forward into your future desires, inner callings. If you were gazing out at a vision board right now, what would be there? What would the images be that you would see that you're looking to manifest more of in your life? Could you find your voice? Could you vocalize all that you want, all that you desire, to allow it to manifest into reality? Turn the front palm up, breathe in, reverse warrior. Lifting up through that right elbow. Bending a little more through the front knee. And then as you breathe in, straighten that front leg, tipping out and down into Trikonasana. Top arm extends all the way up. Feel yourself lifting up, so there's strength through the side of the body, the core. Maybe bring the hand to the back of the head. Lead with the top elbow. And just be safe with the neck. Decide where your gaze is going to be. And that position that's going to feel stable and comfortable enough for you to hold here for just 2 more breaths. Inhale, lift the top arm, lift enough just to create that shelf. Elbow rests down, top arm reaches alongside the top ear. Keep pressing the right elbow against that right knee or right thigh rather than collapsing. One last breath in here. Reach from fingertips to back toes. Exhale, let the top hand come down. Take a breath in, step forward as you inhale to look forward. On the exhale, curling in, folding in, chest to thighs. Inhale, coming all the way up through a reverse swan dive, and exhaling down through center. Letting the hands rest at the center of the chest, perhaps the thumbs touching. Finding balance on your 2 feet. And sending a little weight into the right leg, bringing the left leg into tree pose, somewhere against that standing leg. Back yourself that you could lift your gaze higher, higher, higher. Lift your potential. Lift up into the possibilities. Extend yourself. Expand yourself. Go big. As the palms connect, and you can release that leg down underneath the hip. Turn the palms out alongside the body. Breathe in, draw the breath up as you reach the arms overhead, and then exhale, folding forward here. Inhale, lifting halfway. The left leg steps back as you exhale, a short step back here as you find your way into pyramid pose, ensuring the hips are facing the short end of your mat evenly, so the whole back foot needs to connect. So shorten the stance if you need to. As you take the hands to the hips, breathe in and open through the chest, lengthen the spine, hinging forward, reach forward through the crown. So here we bring in Jalandhara Bandha, again, tucking that chin in slightly, creating that double chin. Throat lock. Soft belly continues to expand with the breath. You may like to find another arm variation, holding the opposite elbows or bringing your hands into reverse prayer. One last breath in. Imagine reaching that crown a little further forward. And then as you exhale, bringing the chest down towards that front leg, allowing the arms to melt down. Come onto the left hand, fist or fingertip as you inhale to rotate the chest to the long side of the mat. Those 3 points of contact, use each one of them to gain more lift, more space, a feeling of expanding through the body. Let the top hand come all the way down. Step your way back into plank. Inhale forward, look forward. Exhale to release all the way down. You may like to join me locust here, Jalandhara Bandha, tucking the chin in, double chin. Back of the neck long. Rise up, right up on the breath. Before releasing all the way down. With control, mindfully move the body up through hands and knees and find your way back into down dog. Make the little adjustments you need to here to find stability in down dog. Bending the knees is perfectly acceptable. Find length of spine, tuck the chin in slightly. The breath moves your body as you breathe in. The left leg extends up into the space behind. Taking a tiger curl as you exhale. Tuck the chin, knee to forehead. Inhale, lengthen the leg away. Lift the hips. Curling in, shoulders over the wrists. Last time, find a little more space to step that left foot forward. Hop the back foot forward so the whole back foot is connected and the toes are pointing to the front of your mat. Peel your way up. Check in with the hips first of all, steering the left hip back, right hip forward. Take a breath in, lift, lengthen, hinge as you exhale forward. So rather than collapsing the torso down here, stay long from crown to tailbone, tucking the chin in slightly. Balancing the weight through both legs. One last breath in here. Find a little more length before exhaling and folding down, chest to the front leg, melting the arms down. You're on the right hand, fist or fingertips as you inhale, expanding the chest to the long side of your mat as you twist. Peeling that left hip back a little more. Just one last breath in. Releasing the top hand down. Stepping all the way back into down dog. Release down to the knees. On the shins, as you breathe in, take the arms all the way up and then exhale those hands down through center. Left hand might just come to the buttocks, the sacrum, or you could reach it all the way down to the left heel as you breathe in. Reach the right arm up. You could have the toes tucked here as well, of course. Inhale, navel to spine. Come back up through center. Exhale, right hand reaches down, left arm extends. Looking up or just over to the right side. Navel to spine, coming all the way up. Finding dolphin pose, interlace the fingers. Coming down onto the forearms and elbows. Tuck the chin. Send the sit bones up and back. Releasing down to the knees. Sitting back on the heels or the shins, taking the arms up. As you exhale the hands down, continue to stay long through the spine. Bring the hands to the sacrum or down to the heels, finding your Ustrasana, camel pose. You might keep the chin tucked here, looking forward, or looking up into the space directly above you. Try to stay active through the neck rather than just letting the heavy head fall back. Sending the tailbone down. Navel to spine, bring the hands to the lower back, coming all the way up. Finding your way into child's pose, tuck the chin. Bring the head down to the mat or make a pillow with the hands. Find a steady breath. Helping the breath to fall into an equal rhythm, either by adding a count or just being patient and allowing that to unfold, as it often does. Sometimes it's more valuable just to step back and witness patiently, be in a moment of contentment with where you are. Give yourself the time, honor your body. You can begin to lift on up and find a comfortable cross-legged seat. And when I say comfortable, for some people that's sitting up on something to lift the hips slightly higher as we come into a twist here. So if that's better for your body, a cushion, a folded up blanket, or even folding up the edge of your mat or rolling it up. We're going to take the right leg and cross it over the left. You could extend this left leg if you prefer. See if you can bring the right knee facing directly up towards the sky. The left bent knee directly out from that left hip, in line with the left sit bone. Wrap the left arm around the shin, lift the spine up, pick up the lower ribs as you take the right hand on the space on the floor behind you. Could you bring the chin parallel to the floor, drawing the gaze around to the space behind you? Feel the belly expanding and contracting with the breath. And reminding you to continue expanding and lengthening the spine up and out of your seat. And as you release, we're taking hold of that right foot or somewhere on the right leg, perhaps extending the leg away from you. Stay lifted through the chest. So if you're collapsing through the spine, maybe take hold of the leg rather than the foot, or find a prop underneath the hips. Then we bend through the right knee, place the foot on the inside of the left thigh, here in your half Padmasana or half lotus. Of course, you could just cross the legs with the right leg in front. If you wanted to add a bind here, lean forward, wrap the right arm around behind you and take hold of those right toes. Bring the back of the left hand to the right knee. Inhale, lift. And exhale, begin to rotate the mid and upper spine around. Feel the belly expanding with the inhale. Feel the ribs moving out laterally as the lungs fill. Taste the last bit of that inhale up into the space between the shoulder blades. And then releasing all the way to face the front where your legs are crossed. You could stay in half lotus here or find your cross-legged position as you walk the hands forward and fold. Tucking the chin in, feel the back of the neck open. The chakras reside along the length of the spine. So even though we talk about the heart chakra being at the center of the chest, it's really in that space between the shoulder blades, if you can imagine there on the spine. So the same with Vishudda, or our throat chakra. Think of it on the back of the neck here. So we do open the front as well. But as you fold to tuck the chin in, imagine a light, a blue, turquoise, beautiful blue light, like a clear blue sky, radiating there as you fold, as you breathe, as you find balance. You can walk the hands back towards you or slide them back. As we release, before we come to the second side, find your reverse table. It might just be leaning back or lifting up through the hips, looking over the knees or up towards the sky. Releasing the sit bones down where you can tilt a little to the front of the sit bones. The right leg tucks under. See if you can face the right knee forward in line with the right sit bone and step the left leg over. Hug the legs in so the knee faces up towards the sky. Wrap the right arm around, lift up the spine, take the left hand behind you. Imagine you're filling the torso as if it's 3 compartments. One long inhale fills the 3 compartments, the belly, the ribs, expand as the lungs fill, and all the way into the upper back, all the way up just beneath the collarbones. Coming all the way back through center, extending the left leg, lifting up through the chest. External drishti, your focal point. Inner drishti, the breath. Folding the left leg in front of the right shin, or tucking the foot up into that crease at the top of the thigh. As we twist to the left, you might like to lean forward first, wrap the left arm around behind you to take hold of the foot. Or perhaps the arms just wrapping around at the lower back. Feel the body, every cell of the body receiving the breath, like a sponge that's been dried in an unusual shape, crushed and stuck and dry, and now you're filling the body, you're filling this sponge with goodness, energy. So that as you come forward and fold, you gift yourself this time to soak it all in. As you draw the hands back towards you, release the legs in front. Just one inhale to lift, expand, shine bright, and exhale, release the hips all the way down. Bring the hips to the feet as you keep the knees bent. Tuck the hands underneath the bottom with the palms facing down and extend the legs up. So the hands are working like a prop here, or perhaps you've done this before with a bolster. Extending the legs, letting the blood flow, move all the way down into the internal organs, the heart, through the throat, into the brain. You may like to stay here in Viparita Karani. You may have also got a bolster, and that could support you, taking that weight out of the neck. You could continue using the bolster or your hands as we move into Halasana, plow pose, lifting the hips up, supporting the lower back, and then taking the feet over above the head. So if you feel any pressure through the neck, simply draw those hips further away and support them with the hands. You might extend the legs, reach to the toes, and continue to extend the breath. Feel the effects of reversing the blood flow, turning into yourself in this way, staying for just 2 more breaths. All coming together here, body flooded with prana, so that as you release, supporting the body as you need to, perhaps bend the knees, roll all the way down. Extend those legs out. Take a moment to feel through the legs, the arms, the spine, brain. Long breath in, long breath out. Smile into these breaths. Smile into this moment of feeling really good in your body. And as you took the time to step onto your mat today, there was a calling, there was a need. You felt aligned with your soul's purpose. It can be certainly challenging in our busy modern world with so many commitments to stay aligned with what really lights us up. So behind those closed eyelids, if you were to be watching a movie screen of your life, the next month, the next 12 months, the next 3 years, what would you like to see on that screen? How would you like to see your life unfold? What would you like more of? Give yourself permission to identify your dreams and desires. And it can just be beginning with vocalizing this to yourself. I need. I want. I desire. This is what lights me up. This is what brings me joy. Let everything that arises move through your awareness. Give yourself permission to receive more joyful moments, to make choices that align with your Dharma. Giving yourself permission is the first step. Permission to dream, to desire, to create, to make choices that align with your purpose. As you see those images behind the closed eyelids, the reality in which you want to create, the life in which you desire to live. Let each desire, each craving, each need, allow them to fall into your conscious state, fall into your unconscious state. And any time they arise throughout this day or future days, rather than dismissing them, know that that calling becomes stronger. And the more that you put it out into the support of the universe, the more you receive all that you wish for. It may be the ideal time when you rise from Shavasana to journal from this experience. Write down all that you wish for, all that you would like to experience more of, the way in which you'd like to feel most of the time. You can begin to bend the knees and have those feet out to the edges of the mat before extending the arms out to the side like a T. Take a long breath in here. Let the knees fall to the left side as you exhale. Inhale back to center. And exhale to the right. As you bring the knees back up through center, breathe in. Exhale to the left, and you might even begin to turn the head in the opposite direction of the knees as you slowly move from side to side. Eventually bringing those knees to one side of your mat and slowly rolling your whole body in that direction. Making your way back to a comfortable seat. Bringing the hands together at the heart. Knowing that we are all connected through a universal vibration, energy, all connected through our desire to experience joy, peace, love, connected through our desire to be free from suffering, connected in our desire to live aligned with our soul's purpose. As you breathe in, take the arms all the way up through center. On the exhale, let them make their way down like a waterfall down the sides of the body. Bring the palms together as you inhale, reaching on up, letting them float down. Feel an opening across the shoulders, chest, throat. And this final time, we'll add Om to the exhale. Inhale through the midline. I wish you well, my friend. Namaste.